Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This episode on Life with Hope. You're finding me here on I almost called it a treadmill. It's not a treadmill. It's a exercise bike that I have in my house, and you get to see my crazy extra room that has so many miscellaneous items. So I'm spending my time here with you today multitasking, which is kind of funny because I think on one of my episodes I was talking about how you're typically more efficient and more effective when you don't multitask and you do things one at a time. But today I was just feeling a little crazy and I'm like, I gotta do this. This is something I'm trying to prioritize, is more movement in my life. So I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna talk to you. And what I'm gonna talk about today is words. Just words and their meanings and why what you said, why it matters. Because I feel like there are so many different things that people say to each other, like close family members, best friends, acquaintances, strangers, that's all we do is we interact and we talk to people and we say certain things, and some of that stuff, it really sticks and it really hits home for some people, and you don't even realize it sometimes. It's kind of wild. Like, I'm actually curious if there's anything I've ever said to anybody in the past and it's affected them in a negative way or a positive way, either or. Like, I said something, they're like, and they still think about it to this day. I'm like, wow, like I wonder, because I have that with some people in my life, many people in my life that they've said something and it might have not even been directly to me, but I was just in the room, in the same vicinity when these words were spoken. And I've carried them for such a long time. Like, one, I'll give you an example of growing up. I had this mom. She's basically another mom to me. And I remember her son and they were in the car and they were arguing about something, and just like a dumb little fight. Like, I don't know, like we were in probably elementary school or maybe junior high, but he was talking back to her, and I remember her saying to him, you need to talk to people as if it's the last conversation you're ever gonna have with them. And I was just like, whoa, that's gnarly. Like, those words are intense, but they resonated with me so much to where, more than 20 years of my life or something has passed since that was said. And I still think about that. I still think about that one day and that one moment where she said that. And I'm like, wow, like, I feel like it's so beautiful, because it's a great thing to live by when you do ever feel like you're in this argument or qualm is that what they call it? I don't know. But just like bickering with someone, and you're like, what are we even fighting about? What are we even arguing about? Is this even worth it? Does this make any sense? And so you kind of just get caught in that, and you're like, you know what? This is stupid. Why are we saying these negative things to each other? Like, and I love you, at the end of the day, I love you, and I'm sorry, I felt heated and I misspoke or whatever it may be and stuff, and just recognizing that. So that's just kind of one example that something was said and I'm like, and it clicked, and I still think about that to this day. And it's just kind of wild because I don't even know if she realizes that she said that and that I still think about it. So I don't know, that's why I wanted to point out how, like, words are so powerful and so important, and they do matter. Like, for another instance, say it is kind of hard to talk and ride the bike at the same time, but it's okay, we got it. For instance, like if my husband and I are disagreeing on something, we always say, like, we're not in a fight. We're not yelling at each other or anything. We're just, we disagree, we have different opinions, and we're just talking. We're just having a conversation. But sometimes, like if I feel strongly about something, I don't say the proper things in that moment because I am like thinking more with like the heat of the moment, if that makes sense, you know, like where I can't formulate the proper sentences and get my true point across because I'm just all just like mumbling, jumbling, and I don't even know what I'm saying. So like a huge thing for me that has really helped, and us too, like in our relationship, is writing it down. Like just writing out what it is that you feel, what you think. And again, that might not work for everybody. That might not be everyone's thing. But for me, it truly, truly helps. And it helps us in like understanding each other properly when we can't properly communicate in that moment. And it's really, really been helpful. So I wanted to point out that, again, another way to get your words across in a proper way or in a positive way, and to actually speak your mind in the way that you want to. So that's another example. I'm trying to think of some other ones because there's good, there's bad, there's so much. But let's see, what's another one? I would say something that one of my managers said to me years ago. She was like, Hope, all these different processes and steps and computer systems and things, all this stuff can be taught to anybody. Like we can teach somebody Excel, we can teach somebody Word, whatever it is that you're using, whatever software. She's like, but we cannot teach who you are. Like I cannot teach that, who you are as a person. It just speaks volumes to like your character and stuff. And like, again, those words, like I will never forget it that she said that. And it really meant so much to me because I don't know, because it resonates not only with like me and who I am, but also how I look at other people when I'm working alongside other coworkers too. And I'm like, you know, like what she was saying to me or what she was trying to get across is kind of how I see this individual too. Is I see them as like their personality is so freaking cool, where you're like, you can't teach that. Like that's, I don't know, there's something so unique and so special of just like personalities in general. Like some people are just the way they are and it's just embedded in them, and you can't really teach one character to be like this character. And so I don't know, I loved that. And I loved those words because I carry them with me to this day and stuff. So I don't know, there's so many different things, like so much impact that it can have on people. So I guess that's my message, is just to really think about what it is that you're saying. And even when you do think something in your mind, like, you know, those random compliments where you see somebody on the street, you're like, I love those clothes, I love those shoes, or whatever it is, like, and you kind of hear someone, I've had that happen so many times, where, especially being a server, and I'm like walking past tables and I hear them compliment me after I've already left. So they're like not saying it to my face and stuff, they're just like giving me nice compliments behind my back. And it's great, but it's also like, if you think that and you feel that, say it to that person, because it'll really brighten up their day and excite them and make them feel so good about themselves, because they didn't know that. Like, they didn't know if they chose the right outfit, or if they, you know, like, I don't know. It's just, I think it's so special, and we need to speak our minds more in the positive ways. Of course, there's going to be those negative words. There's going to be those things that someone has said and they stick and they're just in your gut, and you're like, oh, I can't believe they said that and stuff. So, you know, I don't want to get into those ones, because I want to make this more happy and positive and light. So I kind of want to stick with just the positive ones. But on the contrary, if there are any like negative words, and you're in this argument or bickering with someone, next time just think about it. Like, think, is this worth it, or is this what I really feel? Is this what I really think? And if you're not in your right frame of mind, or if you're just fueled by more fire of the heat of that argument, then just take a step back, take a walk, do something, write it down, go meditate, go journal your thoughts and stuff. If it's just not the time and place, then just let it be, and then you can revisit it. So, because sometimes your words, they can hit harder than you think. So that's all I will touch on. Again, I'm not going to go into details about negative words because I want to keep this light and keep this happy. So that's my message today, is speak your mind when there is something beautiful in front of you. If you see it, say it, you know? So yeah, I don't know. I think the reason why I got on this subject in the first place was because one of my good friends, she showed me this like podcast that she had made, and they were talking about how a lot of men don't always tell each other that they love each other, or speak their true emotions or true feelings. And I'm not saying all men or anything, but it's been more common and more known that they don't do it as often and stuff, that they're more reserved or kind of raised or taught in this way that they're not supposed to speak their mind or give their truth or whatever it may be. But it is so beautiful and so helpful for men to tell other men in their lives, whether it be like sons, brothers, dads, uncles, whoever, that you love them and you're happy that they're in your life, and to just share that and to speak that. And again, not only with men, women, everybody. If you kind of have forgotten to reach out and tell somebody, you know, you are important to me and I love you. I even had someone do that to me the other day, just out of nowhere, just like, hey, if I haven't said this in a while, just want you to know, like, I'm so happy that you're in my life. And that just melted my heart. And there's just one quick little sentence, quick little text, little phone call, whatever it may be. But yeah, I don't know, words are important. So that's this topic today. This is Hope doing her multitasking on her bicycle. And that's what I got for you guys. So hope you enjoyed. And if you have feedback, please, it's all welcome. Good, bad, ugly. I'm okay with it. But subscribe and share. And yeah, thanks for being here. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.